You are sent on a hostile planet with one mission: make it habitable for humans. You'll have to survive, collect resources, build your base, produce machines to heat the planet, create an oxygen-rich atmosphere, and eventually geoengineer an entire planet. Gather minerals and resources to survive, craft all the tools you need to fulfill your mission, explore old shipwrecks and ruins, and discover a planet full of mysteries. That is exactly what it says in the About This Game section on Steam, and this is for Planet Crafter. And whilst this game's been out for a little while, it's just recently released into version 1.0, and I managed to pick it up on Steam with a 30% discount, so I paid £14 instead of the $20 they are asking for. And something that's amazing about this game is that it doesn't have 2, 3, or even 4 player co-op, but the co-op in this game is up to 10 players. So if you have a bunch of friends that want to join and help you terraform a planet, then there is plenty of room to do so. And in Planet Crafter, you start off with just you and your little survival pod that has basic crafting capabilities, and there's also a little bit of food and drink to help you get by. Your goal in this game is to terraform the world from an orange dust bowl with no oxygen into a livable planet. And you start off with the most basic of survival equipment, barely any backpack capacity or equipment slots, no oxygen or anything like that. Well, you start off with a little bit of oxygen, but there's only enough to survive outside of your little pod for maybe 45 seconds or so. You really do not have a lot at the start of the game. But you'll also start off with a little bit of food and drink, but as you make progress, which is rather quick at the start, you are then going to upgrade your gear. You go from tier 1 to 2, then 3. There's even tier 4 and 5 stuff in the game as well. And what you have to do is start putting drills and stuff down with some wind turbines so that you can release pressure from the surface. You'll also eventually need tanks to grow plants and produce oxygen, as well as heaters, because your goal is to terraform the planet. And you will eventually unlock a progress screen that shows what percentage you are towards the next step. So it goes from barren to blue sky, then it goes to clouds, then rain, then liquid water. And as well as the progress screen, you get a bunch of other screens that you can sit on a little table when you're building, like your base. You'll get things like blueprints, because your upgraded gear in this game is unlocked through the progression of the amount of oxygen and heat you're producing, as well as sorting out the pressure. But you also get an energy screen, because you can't just have drills and heaters running on their own. As I said, you get some wind turbines, but you'll eventually build up to getting tier 1 and 2 solar panels, and then eventually you get nuclear reactors. And whilst your little base is producing the oxygen and stuff, you're going to have to go out exploring to find the resources that you'll need to craft your equipment. You get things in this game like aluminium, iron, magnesium, iridium, and there's a lot more stuff to go out and find. And you will have to actually start building a proper base as well, because you're going to very quickly run out of room, and you can't just build your plant tanks and stuff outside. They have to be placed in a building. Like, you get living quarters, and some things have to specifically be built in those living quarters. You can put windows on, which are really, really cool. You can put different doors on. You can basically build it in, I'm going to say in cubes. And I eventually went on to have like a 4-cube setup with a massive biodome and stuff, which we'll get into a little bit further into the review. But yeah, you're actually going to have to focus on the exploring and the progression of building up your base and stuff in this game. And the progression in the game is fantastic. It's not too slow at the beginning of the game. And not only that, but you see everything evolving around you. Like when you go from a barren wasteland to a blue sky, then eventually getting rain and clouds and stuff as well, you actually see it all happening right in front of your eyes. But not only that, when it comes to building your base, you also have the ability, providing you've crafted the tool, to actually deconstruct things. And when you deconstruct stuff, you're going to get 100% of your materials back, so you don't need to worry about placing something in the wrong place. And even though when you're crafting you need the materials in your inventory, later in the game you will unlock an auto crafter which automatically pulls stuff from storage to let you build it without needing the stuff in your inventory. So there's a lot of progress from different areas of the game that all come to you building the biggest, nicest base possible. And the exploration is not just about finding resources. You're also going to find these microchip things. And what you need to do with these is take them to your blueprint screen or the menu, and you need to decode them. It's the simple press of the Y button on a controller, and what that's going to do is unlock hidden equipment. Like you can get agility boots and stuff that you can't unlock any other way besides getting the microchip. And what these are going to do is let you move around quicker, and exploration in this game is absolutely vital to you making progress and enjoying the game. You really need to try and find the balance of going out exploring, getting as far as you can, getting the best materials you can, and also spending a lot of time at your base to progress through like producing as much oxygen and heat as you possibly can. And you will at some point hit a small block in the game where you have to do mass upgrading to your base or progress is going to become really slow. But when you place something like a biodome, which is going to attach to your living quarters, you're going to unlock a whole new load of stuff. Like there's a plethora of new things that you would unlock, and that's through the production of like biomass and stuff. You'll have animals and insects. There's so much to this game in terms of making progress and going from a barren wasteland to a livable planet. But with the progression and hitting small blocks and stuff, the grind never becomes too tedious. Planet Crafter is a chill, relaxing game that should not be rushed. You really should take your time with this game. There is absolutely no hostility in the game in terms of mobs and monsters and creatures and things like that. But because it is a survival crafter, you will need to focus on your oxygen, your water, and your health. Your health is based on food. But with that, there are settings that you can change, including the difficulty, so you can play exactly how you like. And there's also a creative mode in the game. And it's one of those games where you think, oh, okay, I'm just going to do this one more thing quick, and then I'm going to close the game down for the day. And then, you realise that yet another hour has passed and you've still got a lot more to do before you're happy with closing the game down. In my time with this game, there has been absolutely no bugs. Performance is incredibly smooth, even when your base starts getting a lot bigger. And because of the enjoyment I got out of it, how much there is to do in the game, and just the vibe that it gave me, my final score for Planet Crafter is a 10 out of 10. This is a game that's not going to cost you a lot of money. You can easily lose time in this game. Is very, very addictive. The way the game is set up is amazing, and I honestly cannot find any fault with this game whatsoever. But not only that, I played a good 4 hours or so in one session, and I played it all solo. If you can get yourself a group of friends together, you could easily spend the whole day playing this game. And say you do a big 8 or 10 hour session, it's going to feel as though you've played for an hour or two. Like, you really do lose track of time when you are playing this game, because there's just so much to focus on. There's always new bits of progression. The exploration is fun and it's rewarding. And at the end of it, you're going to spend a lot of time playing the game. You're going to make loads and loads of progress, and you're going to be turning the world, which is actually quite a big map, you're going to be turning that from a barren wasteland into a beautiful looking planet. And I mean, some of the bases and stuff that I've seen from other players are incredible. So yes, for Planet Crafter, my rating is a 10 out of 10. Absolutely love this game. Cannot wait to get back into it to play some more. I think I might try out the creative mode, because I want to see just how far I can get my base, how big I can get it, and how crazy I can get all of my production buildings and stuff. But that is going to do it for my Planet Crafter review. Let me know your thoughts and your rating in the comments. I will see you guys in the next one. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.